All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday evening. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed as we are here to inspect the Bitcoin price with our monocles. And of course, we've got plenty of hopium to smoke as well, as we are here to inspect the Bitcoin charts tonight. Yes, I do say, my good old chap. Plenty of things to talk about tonight. And of course, we've got to give major shout outs to everybody in the chat right now. Major shout out, first of all, to You Can't Stop What's Coming. He says, alright, yo. Shout out to Sia Slayer. Should I buy Market Cipher, guys? Man, let him know in the chat if he should buy Market Cipher. Shout out to Crypto Coons, who says, shout out to J-Boy Bullish. And we got to give a major shout out to J-Boy Bullish. We got to give a major shout out to J Money, J Long, Dave Forget. Shout out to Albert Lee. Albert Lee says, what does Albert Lee say? Let's see, can I find Albert Lee? Aha! Price will troll people who have entries at the CME gap. Man, let's talk about that, bro, because honestly, I haven't looked at the charts. I haven't looked at the charts, period, all right? Shout out to Omar Iron, who says, dump baby. And shout out to that crockpot. If getting a trade wrong is the end of the world, you're not trading right, in my opinion. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Shout out to Chupa Leche Chop Shop. One more like 120K. 120K. We did take a poll in the chit chat over here, and let's see what you guys say. I said, what are we going to see this week? Pump, dump, or ranger? And it seems like most people are looking at the pump side. 33% the dump side, and a few people say range. Now, what's interesting is, you know, before we had this massive catastrophe the other day, where basically we done saw Bitcoin drop all the way down to this area right here. You know, around that, depending on what exchange. I mean, some exchanges like 92K on ByBit, we came down to like 90,200. You know, we were looking at the possibility of simply ranging in this range here. In fact, this is what we were looking at before. Range for the rest of December, right? We could do this, and then it's January. So honestly, guys, we literally are basically so far still trading a range. Even with that catastrophic wick to the downside, we technically are still simply just trading the range. And obviously, I got stopped out of my long on BLOFIN. I got stopped out of my long on WEEX, all right, with a $2,800 profit. Not bad for the first trade I've taken over on WEEX. By the way, guys, BLOFIN is offering 10% cash back if you sign up with the link. And WEEX is the best deal on fees without KYC. And of course, MEXC, the best deal with fees with KYC. And ByBit, I just love ByBit. All right, I just love ByBit, man. Like, what can I say? ByBit, I love me some ByBit. I just do. Gets me nostalgic for World Series of Trading 2022. You know, back in the days, man, when I first started live streaming with my open trades on stream, you know, it's some good times, all right? And, of course, I had to FOMO into a long trade when we got that wick to the downside, guys. I had to do it. So I'm currently in a $366,000, 3.9 Bitcoin long position. Scary position, horrible entry, I ain't gonna lie. This entry is not the best, man. It is about a 3% away from the bottom there. But, hey, you got to do what you got to do. Already locked in a quarter of a Bitcoin on the long, all right? So worst case scenario here, I'm going to end up making about 0.15-ish Bitcoin in the event of a massive catastrophe. But, of course, also in the short trade, originally, if you guys have been watching the channel, you know I hopped into this short trade over here with the bearish CVD divergence. I just added to it when I saw we were getting this little dump here, because we just had the daily open, we just had the weekly open. We're going to get into the analysis, getting into the charts, guys, talking about what to expect this week, because honestly, I haven't really looked at the charts, so this is a fresh look for myself, which is why we've got the monocles on, and we're going to discuss, first of all, let's talk about this massive wick that we got here. Pretty scary business, you know. Myself, I was hanging out in the kitchen when I got an alert. Now, keep in mind, you know, Bitcoin was about right just under $100,000. All of a sudden, I get an alert that says Bitcoin's at $94,000. I'm like, what? I open up my dang phone, and Bitcoin's at like 91 something. I'm like, what? So I flip over to ByBit as fast as I can to take profit on my dang short trade, right? And then I had to enter also into a long trade, but by the time I got to do that, it was late, you know, late entry. So let's discuss this, all right? We are trading the range as we were kind of expecting to do. I mean, literally, would you look at how beautiful we came down to the midpoint of the range right here. Just taking out, at least on ByBit USD, taking out this low. Now, of course, this happened after New York close. So this is hanky-panky at its finest, all right? This is a hanky-panky. This is hanky-panky. This is hanky-panky. By the way, if we get 1,000 likes within the first half hour, we will be giving away $1,000. Now, I know what you're going to say. Jay, we don't have 1,000 people in here. It's a Sunday night. You don't usually stream at this time, so what do you expect? Well, I expect if you want to win that giveaway, first of all, get yourself a monocle, get yourself a dang plunger, and then call your mom. Tell her to come like the dang stream, all right? Tell your mom to come like the dang stream. Okay? So, let's see what happened on that wick. We're going to go over to order flow here and check this out. What happened on that wick? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. All right. What happened on that wick? Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. This is very, very, very interesting, guys. This is super interesting. It looks like a lot of people FOMO'd long on this wick. Looks like we saw a lot of people get absolutely liquidated because when you look at the open interest candle here, it wicked all the way down. Basically, we saw like hundreds of millions of longs, I guess, liquidated here, but then we saw them buy right back up on that wick. They bought right back up on that wick. This open interest decreased and then came right back up. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's go to the 5-minute chart and really see if we can dissect what happened there. And then we'll take a look at the real price action happening now. But that was a fantastic move, like a 10% move to the downside. We're going to turn off Rect real quick. Okay, yeah, so look at this, guys. Basically, very interesting. Very interesting, all right? We had a whole bunch of shorts basically close out on this wick, and then we saw a whole bunch of shorts open up. All right, this might be confusing, but this is what the data is showing. All right, when we got the drop, we saw a lot of shorts take profit, which is to be expected. We can tell by the net shorts closing out. Then we saw a whole bunch of idiots short the bottom. You can see by the net shorts coming back up. Meanwhile, we saw about 12 million longs, fresh ones, open up in this one candle. Whole bunch of people buying the dip. So it makes sense people bought the dip. I bought the dip. I didn't even think twice about buying the dip. It's just like 10,000 moves to the downside. You gotta buy that dip, right? So since that time, we have basically come back up, and now we've been literally just ranging around $100,000 for the whole weekend. And I'm sure a billion people and their grandma are saying, look at this. The only reason I actually know about this triangle here is because my grandma called me up. She said, Jason! That's how my grandma talks. Jason! Yes, grandma? Have you seen that symmetrical triangle forming on the Bitcoin price, Jason? I think we could break out, Jason. And I think we could see Bitcoin pump up to 110,000, Jason. I'm buying now, said my grandma. All right. Now, we might get a move to the downside here as well, so we're going to talk about both. Now, since that big wick, we're going to go back to our 15-minute time frame, Jason, and see what's been happening here, okay? So, interestingly enough, we had that big crazy wick to the downside, and then we actually started to see what I would consider this to actually be bullish CVD here. I would actually consider this to be bullish CVD, right? We, interestingly enough, from this first low to this second low, and I know this is a swing failure pattern here, but we saw a whole bunch of shorts opening up in this area, lots of shorts opening up, and the price was unable to close the candle below that first low. And then after we make this low here, we see even more bullish absorption happening. We're seeing shorts being absorbed in this area, resulting in a big pump to the upside, all right? So this is pretty intense. I don't know what the heck caused this. I would assume just a cascade of stop losses, but there was a lot of activity happening in this candle. People are very, very interested in buying the dip right now. That was a very real buyback right there. I mean, this bounce happened with a big increase of longs coming in, and then we actually saw whales building bullish CVD in this area, leading to a pump to the upside. Now, when we got that pump to the upside, interestingly enough, guys, I do want to show you this. Okay, so from the high to the low, all right, from the high to the low, we came up and we rejected from none other than the Fibonacci. Whoop. Hang on one second here. From that first high to that low, we did come up and reject from the 786 Fibonacci, right? So this high right here is a technical level. We came up to the 786 Fib. Now look at this, all right? Look at this. Then from this second high to that second low, we're currently also rejecting from right now the 786 Fibonacci. So within this triangle, the Bitcoin price is trading very technically. Now keep in mind this is happening over a weekend. I also want to point out the fact that if we pull our fib from the, I'm sorry, not pull our fib, but if we just look at this mini range that we traded here, basically on Saturday, all day Saturday, Friday, Saturday, we formed a pretty much a low right here, right? Liquidity building up, 1, 2, 3, 4 lows. We were building up this liquidity right down here. And then the market makers came, they took the liquidity from below, stop hunt, then pumped it to the upside, trapped the retail traders into going long. Meanwhile, the market makers building their shorts, and they're looking to push the price to the downside. All right, shout out to Tino from Traders Reality, by the way. I feel like that's what he would say about this, right? So, where do we stand now? Well, the truth is, guys, pretty much the same place we were on Friday, which is crazy because on Friday we were right under 100K, like 98.6. We're basically there again. So what we need to do is we need to just trade this as a bit of a local range, man. So we've got our high, we've got our clearly defined high right here at exactly 104.645. All right, 104.645. What did I just do with that trend line? Oh man. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. We've got our low of the range down here at about $85,000. And then let's go ahead and pull our volume of this entire thing here. See what's going on. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. So, yeah, we literally came down to very close to the value area below the range. We're still holding above the POC. So let's mark out our POC. 98,186 is going to be a very key level right now. This is going to be our key POC. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this a line. We're going to call it the key POC. All right, the key POC, the KPOC. All right, everyone knows what that means. The key point of control. This is the highest volume node that we've traded in the entirety of this range right here. And then, of course, what we have to do, guys, is we have to inspect the volume of this more local range here. POC the same. And then what we have to do, obviously, is we need to pull our Fibonacci from that wick to our high. And let's go ahead and pull our volume again here. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. $95,000 Bitcoin right now is going to be in very key support. All right, this is going to be extremely key support right here between, I'd say, 92.7 and 95K. This is going to be very, very key support. Because this is the confluence right now of the range value area low and the golden pocket and the 786. All right, let's go ahead and put on our 886 fib here and see. Okay, all right, we'll take that off. Yeah, so this green box, guys, if in the event of a drop to the downside, this box is now going to be key support. Yeah, so look at this. You know, if we ignore the wick, we still are respecting this trend line here. So assuming, you know, a drop down for another touch of the trend line there into that box, that's now going to be our pretty key support. Now, let's see what's happening now with Bitcoin. Okay, we're chilling, 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 chilling. All right. Yeah. All right, we're at 99.9 right now. Let's go over now to our TPO chart. I'm curious to see a few things here. Actually, forget about the TPO for now. Let's go back to the order flow. What's happening in the moment? In the moment, guys, we're actually seeing technically more bullish CBD happening here. I mean, we just had our weekly open, so you can't really trust weekly open bullish CBD. You can't really trust it, you know, but technically speaking, we have many more shorts opening up right now than we did back here at this low. So as long as we don't take out 98.8, this is bullish absorption happening right here. All right, give me hope for the upside right now. Now let's go to the TPO chart and see what we got hanging out and around on the TPO. Now we just opened up a new day, so we're still in the initial balance here. Let's see. Look at that buying tail. Absolutely amazing. And look at the gap, man. Look at the gap on ByBit. Did this happen for real, or is this just EXO messing around? I think that's just EXO messing around, right? Yeah, just EXO messing around. You know how EXO is, right? She messes around. All right, now check this out too, guys. I do have to say this. 98.4. 98.4 is a naked daily point of control. 98.4 is a naked daily point of control. Look at this. 98.4 naked daily point of control from the 5th of December. Which was the day after Bitcoin reached 100,000. So I forget what day of the week that was. But 98.4, guys, keep that in mind here, because 98.4, this is going to be very key as well in the event of a local liquidity grab. All right, key. This is going to be a naked daily point of control. 98.4, 98.400. All right, naked daily. So keep in mind, guys, I'm going to just mark out these boxes here of our very key support zones. The higher time frame key support is going to be 93 to 95. The medium support level is going to be between 98 to 98.5. All right. These are going to be the key levels right now for the Bitcoin price. The reason why this is such a key level here is because, think about it, over the weekend, we made this low, and a lot of times weekend lows get taken back. So if we see something like this and start to see a bounce from this key support, and we see some kind of bullish divergence, the uneven butt cheek pattern on market Cipher B with a juicy left cheek and a skinny right, you know, well, that could be a nice potential area. You know, you don't want to get malaria from the area. Don't let it scare you. Don't let it scare you. You don't want to get malaria from the area if we drop down there with the uneven butt cheek patternia. Okay, so that's a very key level, I'd say, right there for a local day trade, scalp trade type thing. Okay, now let's see. The big thing I'm interested in is this CME futures chart. The chate, my man, my mate, my good old chap. Here we are. We're going to the CME futures chart. We've got our monocles. Let's see if we can smoke a little bit of hopium here. Yes, quite tasty indeed. The hopium is quite tasty, guys. Now, what do we have here? Well, we have a massive bearish divergence on the daily, but we'll ignore that. This is the golden bull market. All right, let's see. Where did the Friday candle close? I mean, it closed. We don't really have a gap, right? We don't really have a CME gap here. Yeah, we don't really have a CME gap. Nope. Not really a gap. I mean, gap is at 102,330. Wow. Okay, so we just had a fake out to the upside right here where that CME gap did not get filled. Very interesting. Okay, we'll go back to ByBit. As you can see, guys, I'm literally just looking at the charts for the first time right now. So everything I'm saying here, I'm finding it out for the first time with you guys. So you guys have been watching the chart all weekend. You probably already know all this stuff, all right? But I'm just here for the first time, okay? Let's go ahead real quick. I'm going to put on that indicator again, the CME gap. Let's see. Yeah, so we do have that CME gap to the upside, guys, at around 102,450. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right, do I have a CME gap preset? No, of course I don't, because I'm not a real trader. I'm just a YouTuber, okay? Let's see. This is going to be our CME gap. CME gap. You know what? We're gonna make this thing pink. That's the way I like my CME gaps. Pink. All right. So we got ourselves a CME gap up there at 102,450. Now, honestly, guys, the local range quite clear. We're gonna go down to the Uno hour. All right, to sprinkle a little Espanol into our technical analysis, or as we say in Espanol, análisis de technical. All right. We have ourselves a mini range right here that we've been trading over the weekend. We can go ahead, pull the volume right here. And it doesn't really matter much. I would say this. Honestly, the scalp trades are going to be this, guys. Look out for that CME gap, all right? Look out for the CME gap into the high volume node of this little. Oh, never mind. We already tapped into that high volume node of this little. Yeah, I would say this. Potential short from around this area, right? I would be looking for a CDW, a chickens drinking water pattern from this high right up here. All right, so we got this high that we made here on Friday the 6th. This is where the chickens could drink, so we're going to call it a CDW. Good old CDW. We got the CME gap, so be careful for something like this, guys. All right, now, on the contrary, I would say this as well. Just for local scalp trades, right? We're not talking about swings. You know, shout out to my man Brett PG, who's been holding Bitcoin since 2011. Never sold, never bought, just hold. All right, this is not for him. This is for us traders here, right? There's a potential short up here. I'd say this. There's a potential long from right down here as well. We've got a naked point of control. We've got that key point of control of the entirety of the range here. And so I would be looking for this. Actually, these would be the two trades that I would be interested in locally right now, especially after a weekend, right? After a weekend, good old stop hunts. You know, take out this liquidity here, take out the liquidity here, maybe back into the range for a little bit, right? These would be the two areas I'd be most interested in right now. Putting my money on the market now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a risk taker. Okay, I am a risk taker. I'm a trader. I'm also the kind of guy that might like just flash my seed phrase, because as long as it's just the first 12 words, you know, then it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? But look, you guys can't even read that anyway, can you? I don't know. I hope not. I hope you guys don't screenshot that. Anyway, I'm not really a risk taker. Well, I guess I am, because I'm a trader, okay? But, these would be the places I'd be looking to take a little risk, if you know what I mean. Just post my dang seed phrase out there on the internet for everyone to see, if you know what I'm saying, at both of these levels, okay? Now, other than this, guys, other than this, I'd say that this coming back down to this area is going to be key. I want to take a look at Coinbase, because Coinbase only came down to 92K. Coinbase didn't take the low here, all right? ByBit took this low. Coinbase didn't take that low. Now, when the different exchanges have different, on a scam wick like this, you know, you got to be aware of the different exchanges here. So let's go ahead and pull our fib on Coinbase from low to high. All right, yeah, so right around, on Coinbase is like 96K. So I would be aware, honestly, I'm going to set an alert on Coinbase coming to Golden Pocket, because I want to be aware if Coinbase hits that Golden Pocket. Coinbase GP soon. And then I'm also going to set the alert on ByBit, because you do want to be aware of both exchanges hitting that key level. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you want to be aware of both exchanges hitting that level. Let's pop on over to Coinbase, and let's take a look at the volume on Coinbase too. All right, take a look at this. Okay, yeah, 95K on Coinbase is very poor. I'd say 95K is the juicier level, because Coinbase has the value area low right there. ByBit has the Golden Pocket right there, and so just be aware of this on Coinbase. It's a little bit different. And then I do just want to see quickly on Coinbase where we rejected from just now. The 786. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I would be looking at all these levels, guys. The scalp trades here, and obviously, you know, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. You know, trend is your friend until, you know, the end of the trend. But this would be also a place I would be interested in. Honestly, a trade up to 110K. And my target for 110K is simply because of this stupid triangle that everyone and their grandma, you know, my grandma, like I said, I didn't even know about this triangle until my grandma called me. She was like, Jason, did you know about the triangle on Bitcoin with the target of 110K, Jason? I said, no, Granny, I didn't know. She said, well, Jason, let me tell you. So yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of pull that thing. And it's 100K. We already looked at it. You guys know. All right, you guys already know. So I'd say this is a pretty good overall plan for Bitcoin. Now, here's the thing. Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, anything's possible in trading. You know, we're going to go to the... Let's do some top-down analysis, okay? I do want to do some top-down analysis because I haven't really looked at Market Cipher yet. So let's take a look at MC. You know? JC taking a look at MC, baby. And we're going to take a quick look at how Market Cipher looks on the weekly. So Market Cipher B on the weekly, guys. Okay, so here's a little bit of a dangerous scenario here. The danger is the fact that we could this week confirm a bearish divergence on Market Cipher B on the weekly. Now, the money flow for me is king when it comes to predicting the future. And so money flow is getting higher. So in my opinion, this would not be a very bearish end of the bull run divergence, but this could be a divergence that pulls us back, man, for the rest of December. Okay, if this week confirms a red dot, do not be surprised if Bitcoin dips back down to 74, 75K. Do not be surprised if we confirm a weekly bear div that we don't slowly eventually backtest key support. All right, weekly bear divs are no joke. All right, they are really no joke, and they don't play out super fast. But you have to understand, if we do confirm this red dot here, we might get a pullback to weekly support, which is going to be between 70 to 74K. All right, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but remember, I was telling you guys last week that we're in a local range here. Don't be surprised if we come back down to the low of the range. All right, remember, this is literally what I said. I said, don't be surprised by that. I got so many thumbs downs when I said that. I got so many dang thumbs downs, all right? But look, we're looking to come down to around the $90-ish thousand zone, right? That's where we drew it, just right under 91K. Okay, that's literally exactly where it came down. So look, this is why we do analysis, so we can be prepared for stuff, okay? That's why we do the analysis. So, look, anything's possible. So don't ever say in your mind it's not going to happen, because as soon as you say that, it'll happen. All right. Let's go to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, same deal. Bearish divergence is about to print, but our money flow looks bullish. So again, this is telling me that there's room here for a pullback or consolidation. Pullback or consolidation. I would say, honestly, based on our weekly, I would not be surprised if December is a sideways month. I would not be surprised if December is a sideways month and we don't take this high as soon as we all want to. And trust me, guys, I want to. All right? I want to. I'm in this long trade here. I'm hoping to take the long. I'm hoping to hold this long. Okay? I got a pretty big long trade open right now. So, honestly, my plan is this. I'm hoping for this. And let's see here. Let's pull a fib. Yeah, honestly, guys, we literally might do this. We might get that drop down to 95, come back up to around 102, 103, and then continue down a little bit more, right? Because if we ignore this wick here, like let's ignore this wick for a second, we could see, you know, we've got ourselves a high, we've got ourselves a lower high. Now we can make a lower low, a real lower low this time, not just a scam wick lower low. Then make that lower high and continue down. It's possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but again, remember, last week we were talking about the potential of a range. And if we're going to range, well, it just makes the most sense right now that we come down to that fib level, come back up to the fib level, maybe come back down, dare I say it, to the bottom of the macro range around $85,000. And that's our December. Our December is this. Remember, let's just remember where we're at, right? We've got ourselves a sideways range. Okay, our low is at 85K. Our high, oh wait, I don't even have to draw it. I already drew it. Hang on. I already drew it. Watch this. Boom. This is our macro range. Low around 85, high around 104. Okay, we lose this key point of control. You know, we might come all the way back down to the low of the range here. We really might. We might come back down to the low of the range and then get our move back to the upside, honestly. Might happen, right? We might see something like this. And honestly, that's pretty healthy. That's healthy consolidation. But the only reason I'm saying this could happen, right? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the reason I'm saying it could happen is because of the weekly bear div that could confirm in next week. We literally have a week, okay? So there's plenty of time for it not to confirm. Let's go to our 4 hour and see how the 4 hour looks here on Market Cipher B. So the 4 hour time frame, guys, objectively speaking here, the 4 hour time frame does have a bearish upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man breast pattern. All right, we see the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern here. Money flow, momentum getting lower, price is getting higher. We go ahead, we just paste it on the chart, stretch out the man boobs, and look at that. Money flow and momentum coming down. So this could be a local high for a local consolidation and or pullback. All right, not saying it's going to be, but let's just keep in mind that historically speaking, since August 5th, when we made that juicy low, the low that we all took in the Casper Crew VIP Discord because we gave the setup in advance and told everybody when we were taking the trade, just like I told everybody when I was taking this Ethereum trade in the Discord, right? Ever since this low, whenever we do see the bearish Sam Bankman-Fried move pattern, we saw it right here. What happened? We got a pullback, right? It was still an uptrend, but we got the pullback. When was the next time we saw that? The next time we saw that was right here. This did not give us a pullback, all right? This just gave us consolidation, all right? When was the time after that we saw it? Was right here. This gave us the pullback, guys, all right? This gave us the pullback. So 2 out of 3 times, there's a 66.666% chance in this uptrend that this pattern is going to give us a bit of a pullback here. Now, confluence with the weekly and the daily as well, okay? So let's go ahead and look at our 24-minute here and see what happened. 24-minute market Cipher B. Pretty neutral, guys. Honestly, pretty neutral in my opinion. All right, pretty neutral in my opinion. All right, we're going to go to the 1 hour. We're going to go ahead and pull the fib on USDT. USDT came down to 90,677 on ByBit. Yeah, okay, cool. So my next target is going to be around this area. You know, I opened up this short trade with about $150,000. I took half right where I opened up my long. Then I added another 50K to it when we came back up to this area. So I'm going to take out another 50K if we come back down to 95. Hopefully lock in, let's see, around 95K. Let's see what I'll do there. 95. We're looking to make another 3K on the trade. This is about 9K we'll make altogether if we come down here. Now this long trade, guys, I accidentally opened up a massive position, as you can see, by accident, because funny story, but you guys know how during the pump song I cranked my leverage up to 100x just for show. Well, I forgot to turn it off 100x. So in my fastness to enter a trade, I put way more money on the trade than I thought I was putting on, and it was 100x leverage. I could have got liquidated. Thankfully, I didn't. All right, so be careful. When you're singing the pump song, you're in an open trade, stop loss at entry, and you go ahead and crank up that leverage for the shock value of people that don't know what leverage is or how it works. Make sure to change it back, guys. Okay, make sure to change it back. Otherwise, you get liquidated. I could have lost quite a bit of money on that trade. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got to give a major shout. We got just over 1,000 people in the house right now. Glenn Jacobs said 83K incoming. Yeah, that's right at the bottom of the range right there, my man. All right, that's right at the bottom of the range right there. That's right at the bottom of the range. All right, let's see who else we got in chat right now. We got a lot of people in here. All right, so Rag Capital also calling his grandmother. Shout out to Runers for Nerds. 1 minute candle was nuts. Yeah, that was crazy. Shout out to John Ploney. Should you buy a bubble pipe? Yes. Yes, you should buy a bubble pipe. Absolutely, you should buy a bubble pipe. It was 1 billion liquidated. Yeah, I'm sure across all exchanges it was probably billions liquidated. Did I do anything with meme coins? Yeah, I hold them. I hold them. Shout out to Stacy. Stacy in the chat. Shout out to Stacy. That drop was so crazy. MEXC was lagging. Alright, shout out to Crypto Carnage. Shout out to Larry McTurns. Bitcoin's not going to 95. What do you mean? Do you think it's going higher or lower? Pepe Coin's pumping. Bitcoin is a punk. Hey Jay, have you ever tried CoinAnk for order flow? No, I have not. London opens in 6 hours. Yeah, Asia just opened right now. So. Alright. Bitcoin's still in a correction. We'll hit 80K. Well, correction will happen because of stuff going on in the world. Yeah, maybe. Like, look, anything's possible, guys. Bitcoin don't care about world events except the vid and the monkeypox. Did I know punctuation? Oh, so Mutux is asking Michael Anthony if he knows if punctuation exists. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. Shout out to Crypto Carnage. Shout out to Moon Trades. And OG Blockchain in the house. What's going on, OG Blockchain? Good to see you. God bless you. Can we trade XRP? I mean, I don't trade XRP, but we can chart XRP. Yeah, Jay got a shirt on, that's for sure. Shout out to 3Digit. Shout out to Dan. BLOFIN went to 89K. No way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's some hanky-panky right there. That is some hanky-panky. That is crazy. Yeah, I was long on BLOFIN from 93, I think. This doesn't really... yeah, 94 too. 94 too. Yeah, so that trade, guys, you know, it got stopped out for a $6,000 profit. All right. I can't be upset, man. This has literally been the most profitable month of my life, the last 30 days, ever since November 4th. This has been the most profitable 34 days of my life trading. So I can't get upset. I was obviously recklessly adding to the long trades along the way up here. So it's only a matter of time before those levers longs get punished. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, OG blockchain, that we went that low on BLOFIN. That's crazy. That is crazy. Pepe coins breaking out. I do love Pepe coin. I hold a lot of Pepe. You know, my altcoin portfolio is on fire, baby. Pull back before Christmas, says Quiet Man. Shout out to T. I miss you, T. Shout out to Emmanuel26. Shout out to STR. All right. Who else we got in chat right now? Got to give a major shout out to our super chat in the house. Hey, Jay, can you please check Rose? Oasis. Yeah, that's that privacy coin, right? That's that privacy coin. Let's check it out. Let's check out Rose. Let's check out Rose. All right. Well, I mean, look at this. It's pumping like crazy. So, we just had to move up on Rose the past few weeks. 150%. We're coming up to the Fibonacci golden pocket swing failure pattern right into the CDW, right into the golden pocket right here. Okay. So now let's talk about where I would look for an entry on this. You know, we've got to pull the Fibonacci. I have to say, what looks really... I mean, there's a few areas that we could be aware of. What looks nicest to me is obviously coming back down to test the zone right here between that value area high and that POC. So I'd say it's a pretty big zone of, you know, 8 cents to about 10 cents. It's like a 2-cent zone. But this would be the place where we would continue with the bullish market structure, hold key support, and then we could look for that high. You know, I don't know how high we would go, but let's see if we can find more history on this. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that does have quite a bit of upward potential. I mean, we're talking about potentially 500% gains. We put this thing on log scale, and I do have to say, it looks very nice on the weekly time frame. All right, look at this bullish divergence on the weekly. We got that juicy uneven butt cheek pattern on the weekly. Juicy left cheek, skinny right cheek, right down here on market Cipher B. And then we have a change of market structure, right? We have a change of market structure, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And so we would expect that higher high to come in right now. It just makes the most sense. We broke out of this trend line right here, and we came back for the retest. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? So we broke out of this trend line, 1, 2, 3 taps, breakout, retest, and I guarantee that retest was on a key fib level, probably around the 886, as all these altcoins do. Let's put on our 886. Yeah, right from the 886 to the dollar. Yeah, so we could expect more upside on Rose. And, yeah, I would love a pullback right around to that 8 to 10 cent zone where we have that high volume node and the golden pocket. I don't know if we're going to get it. I mean, if you're not already in it, I don't know what to say after stuff pumps like this, you know? I never like to buy stuff after a move like this, but this would be my overall plan on it. All right? This would be my overall swing trade plan on this asset. It's a 14 to 1 risk reward ratio. You're risking 1 to make 14. I'd say invalidation obviously would have to be below this low. All right. So let's say it's a 12 to 1 risk reward. You know, we take it off log scale. And this is what we're looking at. And if we end up making a higher high, could be more than a 12-to-1. But let's say we hit the all-time high. 12-to-1 risk reward. Rose is a privacy coin. I'm bullish on privacy coins in general. So I think Monero is pumping right now too. Speaking of privacy coins, if I'm not mistaken. Is XMR pumping? Monero. Yeah, Monero's pumping, man. Monero's finally breaking out of this range, man. Now, I have quite a bit of Monero myself. I would not be surprised to see Monero at like $800 to $1,000. I'm not selling my XMR until it's at 1,000, to be honest with you. I'm looking for some gains on XMR here. But yeah, Rose looks pretty good, man. I have to be honest with you. Rose looks pretty dang good, I have to be honest. Alright, shout out to my man Crypto Crank. ETH TA, baby. Still in it, money to be made? Yeah, let's check out ETH. Shout out to Jake the Crypto Snack. He says, bro, thanks, man. Because of you, learning TA from you and Market Cipher, my leverage bags are sitting real pretty. Much love. God bless you, man. May Jesus bless you in life, not just in trading, but in all aspects of your life. I'm so glad you find the content helpful. Shout out to Bitcoin Slut 1. Jason, my man, what are your thoughts on Hex? Well, let's take a look at Hex. But first, we got to take a look at Ethereum for my man Crypto Crank. Okay. So, ETH, man. Let's see. Remember what we were looking at last week before the hanky-panky happened? We were looking for a back test of this level, guys, and we literally came down to test that. But I thought that we were going to... I thought it was going to be a more slow move to the downside, but we literally came down to that golden pocket, to the dang dollar, and this is a beautiful, beautiful backtest on ETH. I have to be honest with you. This is a beautiful backtest on ETH, and honestly, it was the long signal that we were kind of looking for. The one I front ran with this trade last week when I told the crew I was long in ETH last week. Let's see. Shout out to Boyan and his crazy pizza, man. Shout out to Boyan and his crazy pizza. Yeah, last week, I think it was Wednesday, when I longed ETH, I kind of front ran this idea when we got this back test right here. I felt in my bones we were gonna do it deeper, but I thought this could have been it. So we did take that long trade. Obviously, closed out almost $3,000 on it. Stopped out in profit. Stopped out with a $2,800 profit. You know. So I hope you guys in the Casper crew made money on it, because I told you guys when I was taking profits on it. And I closed it live too, I'm pretty sure. Did I close it, or did I get stopped out? I don't remember. Whatever the case, this is definitely the retest. Alright, this is definitely the retest, and I think it looks good, Crypto Crank. You know, again, this level was so key. This zone right here of this value area high, 3,811, so key. As long as we hold above 3,800, I would expect higher prices on ETH. And again, my targets for ETH are going to be 5,005 and then 8,005, just based on our Fibonacci extensions. Just based on our Fibonacci extensions. If we do get a bigger pullback, guys, all right, if we do get a bigger pullback, let's say Bitcoin takes a dump down to the bottom of its range, okay? We could see ETH come back down 26%, just below 3,000, okay? In a very bearish scenario, the one thing we need to be aware of, and again, I know people don't like to hear the bear talk, okay? But remember, all right, remember, what were we looking at? I forget. I did warn you guys about the range last time. People gave me a lot of thumbs down, all right? But you got to be prepared for that stuff, right? You got to be prepared for that stuff. What were we looking at? Yeah, so here's what we really need to be aware of. Lots of liquidity here, okay? This ascending channel. This right here is a recipe for a massive liquidity grab. to the downside just to wreck everybody, and then bounce from this key zone just under $3,000. All right, so in the event of a very bearish pullback, let's clear off everything right now from this ETH chart because I just want to show you guys how important this is, okay? Look at this. All right, let's just turn off all the noise, all right? Turn off all the noise except for a fib. We're going to put on our fib. All right, just the Fibonacci golden pocket, the 618, the 786, that's all we're going to put here. All right, I'm going to remove this one. And then we're just going to draw a little box right here. All right, let's go to our daily. All right, look at this. Support, support, resistance, 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 Fibonacci golden pocket, and liquidity. Liquidity. Stop losses waiting to be tagged by the market makers. All right, so just be aware, guys, that in a very bearish event, a bearish event, this is the ETH long trade you want to be aware of and prepared for. All right, now remember, this would be a very bullish place to get in. The very bullish. This is a very nice low right here. So I would look at this as a gift. We come back to this area, I would look at that as a gift, guys. And then look at this. Then we can finally break out of this triangle and hit our $5,500 target. It's a beautiful ETH potential setup in my opinion, okay? In the event of a big pullback. Now, that's a 26% move to the downside right there. Totally normal. 25 to 30%, totally normal in a bull run. If Bitcoin gets a pullback down to 84, that is going to be a 16% pullback. If Bitcoin gets moved down to our key support, that's also going to be between a 25 and a 30% pullback. So if we see Bitcoin and ETH with 25 to 30% pullbacks, they're both going to be hitting massive supports. All right, Bitcoin, as we know, the mother of all long trades right now, that $70,000 to $74,000 zone. A billion people say we're never going to see it. This could be the last big hurrah for Bitcoin, putting us up to our $120,000 to $145,000 bull market top. I'm gonna say 119K. It's right now where I'm conservatively estimating the top. That's where I plan to sell more spot Bitcoin. ETH right now, I'd say this is the play. This is the play for the big ETH pump, man. If we get that, it would be a gift. Obviously, right now, if you're long on ETH, I would not close the long, but I would make sure, obviously, to mitigate risk, either by taking a profit and putting your stop loss in profit, or by taking a profit and keeping your stop loss at a break even, so that you don't risk anything on the trade, right? That's just the way I like to do it. All right, my Bitcoin long trade right now, my stop loss is in profit, so when this thing gets stopped out, I will make money on this Bitcoin long. All right. My short trade also, if it gets stopped out right now, I will still close this trade with a green profit. All right. So that's what's so key, right? Make sure you are ensuring some kind of profit on your trades. I mean, my BLOFIN trade, right? I knew I was up. I think I was up like almost 10K, but when that stop loss got hit, look, I lost $2,000 on that stop loss. Okay. So I was up 8K, but I closed out in 6K. Fully knowing my stop loss is going to lose me money, but it doesn't matter because you lock in something, right? You lock in that 6K. Same with this trade here. I forget how much I could have made on this trade, but obviously stop loss took out a big chunk and I ended up closing it basically at a break even, right? I consider $800 basically a break even trade. Okay, so that's what I'd be looking at for Ethereum. Major shout out to Crypto Crank. Major shout out to Laba Nacht, who says, can you check out BeamX 786 rejection? Yeah, we could check it out. BeamX 786. Yeah, look at that. Right to the dollar, basically. Yeah, cool. So this is cool because now we have a potential pullback here. So I do have to say this. Right now the 382 looks really nice for BeamX. Right around this area here. That looks really nice. I don't know if we're going to get that, but that's beautiful right now. It's a support resistance flip of this mini consolidation range. It's the 382. And honestly, the daily looks bullish, so I would love something like this. You know? I mean, honestly, if this is a cup and handle, we're talking, if we come down to that 382, let's just say, then we're talking a pretty significant 130 move to the upside on BMX. And I'd say we could even come higher on this thing. This is a pretty bullish asset, just fundamentally. Shout out to callsign RX. My thoughts on the market cipher Red Dot. Yeah, so I already went over it, but basically my thoughts on the market cipher B Red Dot is this is pointing to a sideways and down December. A sideways and down December. With the most opportune potential here would be pullback all the way down to retest this. But before we hit that, you know, the $84-ish thousand zone would be where I would look for also a potential bounce on Bitcoin. So I kind of already went over my Bitcoin trades here in the beginning of the stream, but just to refresh, you know, this is what we're looking at here locally, okay? Very locally on Bitcoin. This is what I am interested in. All right. All right. These are our two local scalps. Potential day trade from 95K, and then 84K. Liquidity grab is going to be the next place to look, right, for bullish confirmations. And then of course the mother of all long trades is coming back down to our $73-ish thousand support resistance flip right there, which is very juicy. So yeah, that's the weekly market cipher B. I really do think that opens up the doorway for potential downside here, right? That really does open up the door for potential downside. So I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I'm saying the chart is looking ripe. The chart is looking ripe for some downside here. Chart is looking ripe, like a ripe mango, just waiting to be picked. Peel the skin off, cut around the pit. You know, eat that juicy mango. Love me some juicy mango, but you know, sometimes if I eat the skin by accident, it makes my lips itchy. Does that ever happen to you guys? There's this thing called mango mouth. All right, you ever heard of mango mouth? Did you guys ever hear of mango mouth? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard of mango mouth. Yeah, let's check it out. Mango mouth. Mango mouth. All right, also known as oral allergy syndrome, AOS. A type of food allergy that occurs when individuals with a pollen allergy react to certain fruits, including mangoes. Is mangoes really OES? I didn't know that. Mangoes has an ES at the end? Who knows anymore? Who knows with all this AI crap? You know, the AI could just change truth whenever they want. You know what I'm saying? The symptoms manifest in the lips, mouth, and throat can range from mild to severe. Ooh. Oof. Be careful with those mangoes, guys. Itching, tingling, burning sensations. All right. Sounds like the feeling I get when I enter a high leveraged long trade, baby. All right. Mango mouth is the next meme coin. Yeah, for sure. It looks like not a lot of people have heard of mango mouth. All right. My man Joe, he's heard of mango mouth. All right. Touche's heard of mango mouth. Touche says, can we check out A0? Yeah, we'll check out PayPay and A0. All right, let's check out PayPay and A0. All right, so this is kind of what we were looking at last time on this thing, and so far we are getting our pullback. The reason we were looking for this is because we were looking for a sign of strength, which was a close above this area, which we indeed got. And then we'd be looking now for a back test, because we've changed market structure, so now we look for the back test, which maybe we could come a little bit deeper here, but in general, this would be what I would still be interested in. This is a bullish deviation, in my opinion. We had this range, 3 taps to the high, 3 taps to the low. We got our deviation to the downside. Now we look for that higher low and look back to the top of the range. So I like the way this thing looks, to be honest with you. Check out Pepe coin. Man, it's printing right now, guys. I am quite a big holder of Pepe, to be honest with you. Man, we bought this thing back in December. If you guys remember, I did a live stream December 2023 where I spent $15,000 on all these meme coins. And let me tell you, that portfolio is printing like crazy right now. We're up right now about 1,600% on that. And thankfully, it's not financial advice. I'm glad this isn't financial advice. I'm just showing you guys what I, as an idiot treadmill trader, do. But this thing is printing, and we are breaking out again. So look, we're in price discovery mode. I don't really know what to say now. You know, if you didn't believe in Pepe back in the bear market, you don't deserve Pepe in the bull market. Just kidding. Well, I'm not really kidding, guys. That's the reality of these coins, right? I mean, now you got to make a decision. You're going to buy the top, wait for a pullback, wait for the next cycle. You know, you do you. But, you know, look at this. The last opportunity was this support resistance flip. So look, always be keeping your eyes out on these support resistance flips. Whenever we make a high and then break out, keep your eyes on that high. All right, so let's say we get a little bit more upside here. You know, you can come back down to this area, but in general, let's do some fib extensions on this, all right? All right, so our 1-to-1 on log is going to be up here. Our 1.618 is going to be up here. So potentially, a 1-to-1 extension is another 500%. The 1.618 is 5,000%. Yeah, it's possible, right? The 1-to-1, 500%. That 1.618, 5,000%. The 1.272 is 1,500%. Those are some crazy targets that we could honestly see this thing throughout the bull market. You know, I mean, these things, when they pump, man. When they pump, they pump. I mean, this thing pumped like crazy already, like 10,000%. So, but yeah, obviously be aware of the 618. The 618, which is coming in at about 46.28. The 1-to-1 at 16,687. The 1.272 at 41.41, and then the 1.618 at 132,000. Can you imagine if we hit the 2-to-2 extension at 475,000? That would be nuts. That would be nuts, my man. Yeah. We need to speak into the German accent for that one. For that big pump. Okay. Okay, so did I take profits on Pepe coin yet? Well, I did buy a little Pepe on... I bought some Pepe... The Pepe that I bought in 2022, I have not taken any profits on. The Pepe that I bought in 2023, yes, I have taken profits on. Yeah, I have taken profits on the Pepe I bought in 2023. Do you think I'm out of breath? I don't think I'm out of breath at all. But I maybe I have loud breathe soundings. But sorry, Big D Trump. I'm really sorry about it, man. Dark Shield. Oh, man. I forgot about Dark Shield. Yeah, I walk every stream, Big D Trump. And I walk every video as well. I walk every stream and every video. It's just what I do. If I'm a trading, I'm a walking, baby. That's how I stay healthy and fit. But guys, I'm going to head out. It's been a great stream Sunday night, preparing for the week. I will be back tomorrow, Lord willing. If the Lord wills, I'll be back tomorrow trading. And shout out to the Casper crew. God bless everybody in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. May Jesus bless you. May he bless your family. I pray everybody is very blessed in many ways. And I will see you guys next time. Peace!